When we add and subtract mixed numbers, there are two different things that we need to do. First off, we're professionals at adding whole numbers. Sure, that's pretty easy. Then we have to deal with the fractional parts. So mixed number, because it's two numbers mixed, we just separate those out when we add and subtract them. So we're doing kind of adding two different parts of the number. So first off, sure, I can do 4 plus 3 and I have 7. Then 2/3 and 4/7. How do I add that together? I can't add mixed numbers, or subtract for that matter, fractional parts that don't have the same denominator. So let's find the same denominator. Okay, I can just multiply those denominators. 7 times 3 equals 21. I know that 7 goes into 21 and 3 goes into 21 because, well, I times them together. So let's just make this an equivalent fraction. So I times the bottom, I fill in, well, 3 times 7 equals 21. If I times the bottom by 7, I have to times the top by 7, because any number times 1 equals itself. If I times it by any other number, even if it's really, really close to 1, it can't equal itself. So 7 divided by 7 equals 1 whole. So that's why I can do this. 2 times 7 is 14. So 4 and 14 21sts, 21ths, I don't even know that, equals 4 and 2/3. I'm just changing this fractional part so that, yes, it will look different, but it's still the same. I'm changing it so that I can practice my good skills of adding fractions with the same denominators. So 7 times 3 equals 21. So I times the bottom by 3, so I times the top by 3. 4 times 3 is 12. So now I have 14 21sts plus 12 21sts. And of course, we're talking about 21sts because I don't change the denominator when I'm adding fractions or subtracting fractions. 14 plus 12 is 26. So my answer to that one is 7 and 26 21st. Well, that doesn't look quite right, does it? No, sure doesn't. So I need to convert this improper fraction. You can't have a whole number and an improper fraction? No, that just doesn't work out for us. So we've got to change that to a mixed number. 21 goes into 26 one whole time. 1 times 21 is 5. And we're talking 21sts. So now I have 7 and 1 and 5 21sts. That doesn't make sense either. But now I have two whole numbers. What can I do with the whole numbers? I can just add those together. 7 and nothing plus 1 and 5 21s equals, I'm going to put that over here, 8 and 5 21s. I know, it seems pretty complicated, but as we go through this, it will begin to make sense. Start off by adding the whole numbers. Then, just how we know adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. We use our equivalent fraction skills to make like denominators, and then we add those like denominators. And then if it's an improper fraction, we've got to change it to a mixed number. And then if it's a mixed number, we still have to add the whole number part of it to our other whole number. And then we have the fraction. Whew. It's a good thing we spent the last month working on these skills right there. So we have these skills. It just takes some thinking to go through that process. But subtracting mixed numbers, it's exactly the same. And I'm going to show you that. One little thing that we might run into right here. So, let's say I have 6 and 1/3, and I want to subtract from that 4 and 1/2. Okay. Excellent. When we subtract mixed numbers, we might want to start off with the fractional parts. So I find the like denominators. 1/3 equals something sixths because 1/2 also equals something sixths. 2 times 3 is 6, so 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6, and 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, I have 2 sixths. I have 2 of something. Can I take 3 away from that? No, I'm terribly sorry, but you can't. We have to borrow fractions. Okay, well, 5 wholes, I took away 1 whole. Now I'm talking sixths. If I have 1 whole in sixths, how many sixths equals 1 whole? Any number divided by itself equals 1, so 6 sixths. I borrowed 6 sixths, so how many sixths am I adding to our 2 sixths? I'm going to add 6 sixths. So now instead of 2 sixths, I have 8 sixths. 5 and 8 sixths, so I can subtract that 3 sixths. 8 sixths minus 3 sixths equals 5 sixths. And 5 wholes minus 4 wholes equals 1 whole. So in subtracting those mixed numbers, if we can't do it, we need to borrow from our whole number. Just remembering that our whole number is, we're talking about our denominators. In this instance, sixths. So 6 sixths is what we borrowed.